What's going on, guys? Higgs here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the up and coming game Star Wars Outlaws, which is being developed by Massive. Now I just want to start this video off by saying I was never a big Star Wars fan growing up. Star Trek was actually #1 in my house, so naturally I leaned towards Star Trek. Fast forward to 2016 and a mate sent me over all the Star Wars films, so I ended up watching them and I was pleasantly surprised and I actually really enjoyed them. This then led me to finally play my first Star Wars game in 2022, and that was Lego Star Wars. Now, before you take the piss, Lego games are legit and this one wasn't any different. And why have I said all this? Because I'm now a fan of the franchise and I'm looking forward to trying the first open world Star Wars game. So let's chat a bit about Star Wars Outlaws. It was first announced in 2021 with the official reveal in 2023. And I was instantly intrigued and thought it was the highlight of the show. And since then, we've seen gameplay and interviews which have only added to that excitement. Then last week, IGN released an update and this said Ubisoft reached out to IGN to say that the late 2024 timing had been updated to a correct release window of 2024. It goes on to say Star Wars Outlaws, the highly anticipated open world game from Ubisoft, will be released in late 2024. Though Ubisoft and Star Wars owner Disney had previously remained tight-lipped about the release date, a Disney Parks blog post quietly announced the release window, which was previously only confirmed to be sometime in 2024. Now, no month was actually given, but we can expect it later this year. With the game being in development for 4 years, I hope Disney is allowing the developers the time they need to make a great game, because Disney has this really weird idea of releasing a game every 6 months, which in my opinion is a bit of a stretch, and with Jedi Survivors being more of a miss than a hit, the pressure is on for the franchise this time round. Massive, who are the developers of Outlaws, are another reason why I'm excited. I really like the studio because I'm a looter shooter fan and I really love The Division and Division 2, and I thought they'd done a really good job on both of them. But more recently, they actually developed the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Now I know that game has got really mixed reviews, but if there's one thing we can all say about it, it is an absolute looker. And if we're being honest, that is what gets us through the door with games. If it looks shit, we're not going to try it. If it looks decent, we're going to give it a go. And Avatar definitely did that. So Outlaws is the first open world Star Wars game, and that's a nice shift, as the game will allow us more freedom than previous installments, and it is actually set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. We will be playing as Kay Vess with our cute companion Nix, along with this cool droid commando ND5. And we will be taking on high-risk, high-reward missions, which involve stealing, breaking into secret locations, and outwitting enemies, and a load more stuff as well. The game will have us exploring different planets. I think there are 5 in total, with one of them being Tatooine, which avid fans will be familiar with, although if you have a look on Reddit and other socials, fans are actually mixed on this because they want something new. Personally, I don't have much of an opinion on this, but if you do, let me know down in the comments section how you feel. We do have a brand new moon world called Tashara, which has a city and is run by gangs, and the developer promised it will stand out in the Star Wars galaxy. Massive said that they chose to set the game between The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi because the Empire is too busy, so us scoundrels can commit crime, run wild, and we can really live that lifestyle through the game. Jabba will also be in the game, and the developers have said that we can betray him, but do so at our own risk, so of course that means we will. And with the game taking a more handcrafted and manageable approach, we can expect this game to be contained and not an endless open world, which is fine with me because some games can feel just a bit too much. And I actually felt that way with one of Ubisoft's games, which was AC Valhalla. I personally thought it was too long, there was too much to do, and I just lost interest after a while. But Ubisoft have said that one map in Star Wars Outlaws is roughly the size of 2 to 3 zones in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so if you actually know that game, you can get a bit of a picture of how big Outlaws is going to be. I personally think the gameplay looks really good, but we've all been misled before, so I hope what Ubisoft have shown us is a good representation of what's to come. The ship combat also looks impressive, but again, I'll keep an open mind. So when I like to gauge other people's opinions, I actually go over to Reddit. Now I know that sounds really weird because Reddit can be shit and toxic, but to be honest, most of the time it's alright. There's some good discussions and some good opinions, and people are mainly positive from the gameplay that they've seen, which is nice. Fans are no doubt eager for this one, along with guys like myself who are keen watchers from the sidelines waiting to jump in. I just hope Disney and Ubisoft have left Massive to do their work. I know Ubisoft doesn't have the best rep and their games can feel a bit generic, but I think the next installment of the Star Wars franchise is in good hands with Massive. I will be covering this game a lot more as we get closer to the release date and we get more info, so please stay tuned. But guys, let me know down in the comments below how you're feeling about the game. And before we end the video, I just want to let you guys know that memberships are now open on the channel. So if you feel like you want to support the channel even further and help improve the content, that would be much appreciated. Of course, you don't need to, but I just want to put it out there. You just click on the join tab and go from there. But as always, if you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It helps this channel out massively. And if you haven't already, maybe subscribe. Anyway, guys, have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.